Yesterday, Joe Biden was sworn in as the 46th President of the United States, with Vice President Kamala Harris by his side, making her mark as the first woman and first Black and Asian American to ever hold the office. Many people around the world would have been watching the ceremony like no other. Denise, you missed it, though, yesterday, didn't you?
Yes, I feel like there was a party that I wasn't at. I was working all day yesterday and I got in at 8 o'clock. And by the time I'd had me bacon sandwich that Lincoln made me, he came in to bring me a cup of tea and I was dribbling and snoring on the sofa. So I'm afraid, attractively, but I missed the whole thing. So I just need to hear it all from you girls now.
Don't worry, we've absolutely got you covered, Denise, because we all kept across what happened yesterday. And that's part of the reason. And I hate talking about things like fashion when it comes to amazing women that have done amazing things. But when I watched the ceremony last night, well, because I had to catch up with it last night, ladies, I just saw some amazingly powerful women of colour, and it really had such an impact on me. And purple was very much the colour and the theme, because it's a unifying colour for blues and reds. Blue and red make purple, as we know. So it was quite a moment for me. And when you've got someone like Joe Biden, who was the first president to ever talk about things like white supremacy in an inauguration speech.
Yeah, it really was something,
It was
wasn't it?
powerful. And then having Kamala beside him, knowing what happened in that Capitol building 14 days ago, the contrast and that feeling, and it's got nothing to do with politics. It's a conversation really about the future and hope, I guess.
Yeah.
So when you see her...
Did you feel emotional watching it?
I was emotional, because when it comes to, you know, I can talk of it as from a Black woman's perspective, but when you think about all those stories regarding, you know, Black women being erased from history, their opinions often ignored, their experiences day to day, this is a woman who you will not be able to ignore. For the next 4 years, you can't pretend she's not there, you can't pretend that her impact isn't huge, you cannot do that to Kamala. So to watch that last night, to catch up on it, and Denise, I know I can see you getting upset with that, but I think for me, I was upset yesterday, and it was joyful. Because
I was going to say upset in a happy way.
Yeah, because
I was. I mean, I set aside the afternoon, and I'm not going to lie, I sat on my bum and I didn't move, and I watched the whole thing, and I was goosebumping, and I was welling up, and you've got the same colour as Michelle. Yeah. You're wearing the same colour as Michelle.
Yeah, because it's powerful.
Very powerful colour. There was a real sense of women, looking after women, and I've got such a massive crush on Michelle. For me, it was a bit like when you're sitting by the swimming pool and you're just watching everything. I was watching every single detail. I was watching all the eye contact they were all having. I was watching Michelle. Often she was talking to people and you could see her mask going in like this, like, phew. I'm sure she was saying phew. And it was just, for me, it was just so classy, it was understated, it was powerful. Actually, the person I felt really sorry for was Karen Pence, as she walked through all those very dignified women. There was no sense of really, no. Is that a thing? There was no going on. It was just an acceptance. And then, of course, when Amanda Gorman, whose name now shall be known across the world, who none of us knew about this, well, none of us knew about this young woman yesterday. I just want you to watch this little clip, because she really is an extraordinary woman.
A skinny Black girl descended from slaves and raised by a single mother can dream of becoming president, only to find herself reciting for one.
I just got it again, goosebumps. Yeah. Well, she recited this extraordinary poem, didn't she? That she hadn't even actually started writing until 2 weeks ago, and the insurrection was what inspired her, and it was just such a powerful moment, I think, that just went across the globe.
I mean, in terms of emotions, I know, you know, we're recalling what happened to you, Denise, but please do watch all this stuff after we come off air, because to see what happened yesterday was wonderful.
I think just listening to you, Charlene, and, you know, we're so deprived of hope in the world at the moment. So I think from a general point of view, just to have some hope is wonderful. But my son's girlfriend is a woman of colour. And I just think it's just very, very moving to hear you speak, and it must be so amazing to see what we saw yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it's a powerful moment for women, but as you say, Denise, for women of colour, it really is just extraordinary. It kind of gives us, it does give us hope for the future. But Jane, one thing we cannot ignore is that 70 million people did vote for President Trump, and they cannot be ignored in this conversation, can they?
No, I mean, I agree with all of you. I thought it was a wonderful day. I thought it was a celebration, as you yourself said, of hope. a celebration of promise, of, you know, hopefully things to come, and the promise of togetherness. But, of course, as you just said, I think it was 74 million people voted for Donald Trump. And they, you know, they will be looking at that and going, OK, what are you going to do for me? So it's lovely to see all of, you know, J-Lo singing and Lady Gaga and all of that. But now Joe Biden has to sit at his desk, and Kamala, and look at what they are going to now do to make a difference to everybody's lives.
I think that was a great part of his speech, though, wasn't it? When he talked about those that haven't voted, we are going to listen, we are going to share. And then later when Obama and Bush and Clinton were all talking and they were making a point of we are from different viewpoints, but we're here to listen to each other. And that actually gave me real hope. And, you know, we've got to have hope, or what have we got, really, now?
And there were, what, 84 million, I think, that voted for Biden and who are very glad to see the back of Trump. And one person I thought looked rather glad to see the back of Trump, actually, was his wife. Did you see Melania when she came? So she got on the plane to Palm Beach looking, you know, amazing in the black outfit. And then she came off it in that sort of caftan. And it was literally like, see ya.
I can almost see her ordering the daiquiri.
Divorce papers are in the post. Who knows? I mean,
it's going to be so interesting to see how that relationship develops.
It
that's the right word.
I liked your choice of word there, Denise.
Now, and I know it's for some, you know, a difficult name to pronounce, Kamala Harris, but we are going to be keeping and repeating her name for the next 4 years. So a little tip for you. Think Pamela. Think Pamela. So it sounds like Pamela and it's Kamala Harris. So that's how you pronounce it.
Because I heard somebody on American TV last night call it Kamala. Say Kamala.
I think with an American accent, it sounds slightly different.
Kamala.
Right.